Good morning, my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I'm Evan, and I knit things and read lots of books. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today, I have for you episode 6 of my 2026 podcast series. It's been a while. Our last episode I recorded on February 20th, and it today for me is March 13th. So I have quite a decent number of things to share with you guys. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished objects, 3 whips, some exciting spinning, some very exciting acquisitions, and a whole mess of books to talk to you about. So, let's jump right in. Okay, first things first, finished objects. I know last time you guys saw this, it was almost finished, but now it's finished, and it's beautiful. Here's what it looks like, the whole thing. It looks short when paired with my pajama pants. And no, I will not be changing out of pajama pants. I'm on my period and I'm cranky and I'm gonna be comfortable, okay? So, it looks really stupid paired with pajama pants, but it's the perfect length to like hit right at the top of my jeans or to wear over a skirt or dress. So I'm really pleased with it. It turned out beautifully. I may need to take this off though because it's color work. It's basically double thick, so it's like super duper warm. Like maybe a little too warm for in the house right now. Even though it's cold today, it's like 30 degrees out. And like 3 days ago it was 70 degrees. That's Ohio. Yeah, so I'm getting way ahead of myself. This is the Pluses sweater by Jen Parroccini. The yarn is from Wool and Vinyl. The black is Blackbird and the green is Limelight. Modifications, I added 1 extra repeat of the chart to the body. What else did I do? I did 1x1 ribbing instead of 2x2 on all of the ribbing, and then did a tubular bind off or cast on for these. Actually, I think I did the alternating cable cast on. That's right. I did the alternating cable cast on because you start at the bottom for the cuffs and the hem, and then I did a tubular bind off here. I did make the neckline slightly longer, just like by a couple rows, just so it would hit right. And I omitted like some of these pluses while I was knitting the pattern and then duplicate stitched them back on, which was stupid. I should have just done them in the first time, but I had an idea. I was like, oh, I'll put pluses in the middle. Well, that didn't work out, so I should have just followed the pattern. Besides that, I think it's pretty much to pattern. I do have 1 full skein of the black that I haven't even wound, and then I have most of a full skein of the green left as well. I think that's all for the pluses. This was on my Make 9. It was the 3rd thing I finished on my Make 9 so far this year, I think. Let me look. Yeah, it was the 3rd finish for my Make 9. The first was my Teddy half zip, the second was the Bonbeck, and the 3rd was this one. So, that's 3. And then, our next finished object we can talk about is my 4th thing on my Make 9. You guys have seen this before. This is the Boston Blizzard's hood by Elise Kim. I'm not going to put it on because I will literally sweat to death. So, picture. It's basically a hood with this built-in gaiter, so it basically makes itself a balaclava. It'll be great for when it's super cold, which it kind of is today, but I have no need to leave my house today. Yarn, the main color, this DK, the speckly one, I got in a D-stash several years ago. I didn't know what it was then. It had no tags. I don't know what it is now. And then for the actual hood, I held Surrey with it. I had started, when you guys last saw this, I had started with Red Door Fiber Studios Gift of Gab Surrey, but I knew I wasn't going to have enough. So like you start here and you work here and then you pick up and work down. So I was like here, and I was going to also use Treehouse Knits Truffula Cashmere in the colorway Very Beetlejuice, and I was just gonna alternate and then only use that. But the alternation looked so good that I ripped back and started it over and alternated them the whole time. So until like the last few rows here where I ran out of Gift of Gab. But they look so good alternated together. Like, look at it. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like you can see here without and here with. It's perfect for this. This fits really nice. It's going to be great next winter. Honestly, I hope there is not a time in which I have the ability to wear this for the foreseeable future, because I am really over winter. So that was my fourth Make 9 item right here. So I am doing really good on my Make 9 this year, like really good, which is unheard of for me. Like the first 2 years I made a Make 9, I didn't make anything on the Make 9. Like the first year I didn't make a single thing on it, and then the second year I think I made like one. Yeah. So I am owning the Make 9 this year. Very proud of myself. So that's finished object number 2. Finished object number 3. Let me go back to my notes page here so I know what I'm talking about. Is my leftovers hat. This pattern is the classic ribbed hat by Purl Soho. This is like the 15th one I've made. This, I was using the leftover yarn from my tattoo tank. It's fingering weight held double. I held one skein throughout the whole thing and then alternated 2 other skeins every other row. So the first skein that I held throughout the whole thing was a skein of Knit Picks Knit Picks Stroll Effects. I think the colorway is Nevermore. It's like a black, purple, blue, and then the skeins that I alternated are from Fiona K Knits. One of them was Demon Hunter, and the other was Electric Sheep. And I have like this much left of both of them, and they're gonna be made into socks because there's a hair stuck to my camera. Hold on. And it looks amazing. I'm not gonna put it on because my hair's in a bun, but it's so cute and I love it. I think it's interesting that it like striped down here like for a brim and then it started to pool. Like I really love the pooling. It's like very galaxy, very amazing. Fiona is forever one of my favorite dyers. She's incredible. Well, she's an incredible human and she's an incredible dyer. So If you want to know more about her, you can go follow their podcast. Fiona and her friend Elizabeth from Elizabeth is Knitting do Yarn Party, is a podcast here on YouTube. You can go follow them. I'll tag them below. They're great and hysterical. So, another finished object. This was not on my Make 9. Next finished object, I finished the Purl Soho samples that I needed to finish, the 4 small items, and it has been shipped off. And I currently have no samples. And then the final finished object, I actually started like the day after I filmed the last podcast and then finished it. So you guys haven't seen it as a whip at all, and now it's finished. I was finally in the mood to get back into cross stitch, so I did Sylveon. I'm in the middle of making all the evolutions, and I had Sylveon, Umbreon, Leafeon, and Glaceon left. So here's Sylveon, all finished. She's so cutie. And so I can put her on my Pokemon wall. Okay, that's all the finished objects. I mean, technically it's not, but we'll talk about that later. So, let's jump right into whips. First whip. We always talk about cross stitch first for whips. So, I started Umbreon. It seemed fitting of the ones I had left to go with the ones that I have tattooed on myself first. Like, I was going in Pokedex order, but no longer. So there's what I have started on Umbreon. I finished all the black and then have started the next color of dark gray here. There's a lot of shades of dark gray in this one, but we've got in there started, and there's a bunch more, but I started her yesterday. So, whip number 1. Whip number 2, which I did not bring with me because it is too giant, is the Sweet Shop Blanket by Laura Penrose. Video while I chat to you about it. This is the Random Scrappy Sweet Shop Blanket. You can find the playlist. It will be linked on the screen here. So you can watch all the parts. This is currently decently ahead of what has been out on YouTube or Instagram, but they'll keep coming. I currently have 118 finished squares. I need 170 total. So that's 69% through the squares. I will also do a border, so we're not counting that in percentage, but 118 out of 170 squares. The yarn I'm using is just all of my fingering weight scraps. If you want to know more about individual yarns or things like that, go watch the videos, because I tell you every time I pick a yarn, if I know what it is. So that's that. I kind of want to finish it like by my birthday in May, but I don't know if that's actually possible or not, or if I want to do that. Like, I'm kind of over the blanket at this point. I'm a little sick of making squares that are exactly the same every time. I just want it to be done, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, next whip. This whip you guys haven't seen yet. it is also on my Make 9. This is the Willow Pullover by Andrea Gaughan. I was very kindly gifted this pattern last year from my Ravelry wish list, which is always linked below if you feel like supporting the channel by gifting me a pattern. So I did get this cast on. This yarn is Lion brand 100% superwash merino DK. It is the colorway nine. No. 144AL. Quail. This is really nice purpley gray. I will say this is supposed to be 306 yards per 100 grams. So, I mean, knitting with this is a sport weight. This is not a DK weight. It's also like ridiculously like stretchy. Like it feels like there's elastic in it, but there's not. It's very splitty too. But this is gonna make a great spring garment. It's this beautiful basket weave stitch. So let me put a marker here for next week. I'll go with this guy. He's so cute. So, I just started this a few days ago. It goes relatively quickly. I had wanted to cast it on several weeks ago, but I discovered that it's bottom up. And I've really had it with bottom up sweaters. I hate bottom up sweaters because it's like impossible to decide if they're long enough. Like they may seem long enough and then you do the rest and then it's too short and then there's nothing you can do about it. And I hate that. I hate it. So I don't like bottom up sweaters, but guess what? It's another one. And guess what? This is my Make 9, yeah. Bottom up, bottom up, bottom up. What is happening? I knew this one was bottom up because I've made this one before. Didn't know, didn't know. Don't appreciate finding that out now, let me tell you. But anyway, this is what we're working on. I've got like 3 more repeats before I'm supposed to split flare sleeves, but we'll see. Given the ridiculously stretchy nature of this fabric, I will have to look at my swatch and see how much it will actually grow, because it's a lot. Like this is very stretchy, especially because there's the yarn overs in there, so it's kind of like lace. So yeah, I'm dropping everything. So that is the state of that. That is all my whips. Let's talk spinning. Very exciting developments for spinning. Okay. Look what I finally finished. Finally. Okay, here's what this looked like as a braid. This is from Jakira Farms. It is a targee, 100% targee, and it is Rainbow. It didn't have a colorway name, it was just called Rainbow. It turned out so good. Look at that. Like, it turned out so good. Before this got washed and thwacked, it has been washed now, but before it was washed, it was 118 grams and 592 yards. So I think it's safe to call this a fingering weight. I mean, I would say it's pretty thin. Now, is everywhere exactly that thin? No, but it's pretty consistent throughout. I feel like I want this to be the color work in a sweater, but I don't know if my skin will be too sensitive to targee, so I kind of want to make it a cardigan. So, you guys, I need Rex for a fingering weight color work cardigan. I mean, even if it shrunk like a ton, I still have 500 yards for the contrast color. I don't know what kind of main color to hold with this. I mean, because there are some really lights and there are some dark, like the blue is kind of dark. But then we have like these light greens, light pinks, the orange is really prevalent. So like, I don't know. Here. I'll show you like this. Like, it's so beautiful. I should have made my Swift a little wider when I was doing this. I didn't realize how much yarn I had. Like, did not realize I had almost 600 yards of yarn here. That's a lot. I'm also remarkably bad at this. Particularly since this one's too short for how much yarn it is. So, let me know what you think this would look great as. It's so pretty. Okay, so not just that, I started a new spin. This one, I forgot to take a picture of the braid before I started spinning it. But here's what it looks like on my wheel. I'm spinning this one as a fractal, and this one is from Feederbrook Farms, and it's 100% BFL. So it's like this white, pink, then a huge section of blue, then pink and white, and a teeny bit of purple. So I split the braid vertically, and then one half I left as is and haven't touched, and then the other half I split vertically like 6 more times, which was really difficult. And I'm spinning those. So I think it's going to be really cool. The BFL is a lot different to spin than the targee, so this one has a lot of, like, it'll be relatively consistent and thin, and then I'll get a bloop of, like, it's gonna look like tweed for how it's spinning up, but it's fine. I'm not liking it as much as the targee. I really enjoyed the targee. So far I've spun Peruvian Highland wool, which I hated, Corriedale, which I liked, targee, which I loved, and BFL, which I like, but more than Corriedale, but less than the targee. But you know, first time with a breed, it's gonna be. And this is only like, okay, this is my third skein that I ever spun. So this BFL is only the fourth. Like, it's a learning curve. So that is all of the knitting and spinning and cross stitch and finished objects. So let's talk acquisitions. I have a very exciting one. Okay. I have been seeing Rachel from Rachel is Knitting and Leslie from Knit California talk incessantly about the Iris sweater by Trin Annelie. Looks like this. And I just could not get it out of my head. I couldn't. So I bought yarn to make it as well. So I have like 7 colors here. So it's a lot, okay. So main color, these are all knitting for olive merino. Main color is oatmeal. Then the lightest flower color will be Dusty Aqua. The darker flower color and also the cuffs, hems, and neckline will be this Dusty Petroleum Blue. Then the lighter flower stem color will be Green Woodpecker. Then the darker stem, which goes into the little diamonds, will be this Green Ochre. And then there is a color that is in between the little diamonds that you can't really see very well, but that will be Dark Ochre. And then the V's at the bottom will be Mustard. So let me see if I can hold all of these together for you so you can see the palette. It's gonna be amazing. Is that all of them? Yes. So I have 4 skeins of this, 3 skeins of this, 2 skeins of this, and 2 skeins of this, and then 1 of this, 1 of this, and 1 of this. Very excited. I have not swatched for it yet, just because this is so many colors to keep straight for what's what. So like I need to write it down. I need to, like, my chart will look pretty similar to theirs, except that I chose a darker color for inside the diamonds than the V's, just because I liked this one more than this one. But yeah. The chart is extensive, let me tell you. So that will hopefully be a soon cast on. Hold on, I just got an email from my kids' school. The school's phones aren't working. Interesting. That's not really relevant to me at this moment, but yeah. So that's the only acquisition I have. I did get some floss to make the rest of the evolutions, but I'm not going to show that to you because I don't feel like it. So that just leaves book chat. So books since February 20th. Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop by Roselle Lim. 1.5 stars. Hated it. It Could Happen Here by Jonathan Greenblatt. Crazy Zionist Man. 1 star. The Butcher's Masquerade, which is Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 5 by Matt Dinneman. 5 stars. Isles of the Emberdark by Brandon Sanderson. 4 stars. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. 3.5 stars. It's hard to enjoy a book when the characters are, you hate them so much, you know? Unromance by Aaron Connor, 4.5 stars. Really liked that one. The Dawn Hounds by Sasha Stronach, 2 stars. This book was impossible to follow. So much why, no explanations. No. A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett, 5 stars. Bad Creek by Peyton June, 3.5. That one was okay. How to Lose a Goblin in 10 Days by Jesse Silva, 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Complete perfection. Want more from this author immediately. You want a cozy, adorable fantasy romance, no spice. Read that one. It's so cute. And The Entanglement of Rival Wizards by Sarah Rash. Infinity stars. Infinity stars. Love her so much. What am I currently reading? Let's see. The Eye of the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinneman. I am reading with Brett. That's book 6 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm also reading Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I have like 2 chapters left in that. I will finish it when I'm done here. And I am also reading The Color of Law, A Forgotten History of How Our Government Segregated America by Richard Rothstein. I will probably finish both of those, both Jane Eyre and Color of Law today. And then I will be starting What the Hex by Jessica Clare and The Science of Racism by Keon West. So, that's everything. Anyway, that's everything. I love you all. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can click the notification bell to be notified of my next upload. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me over on Instagram. If you feel so inclined, you can gift me a pattern. Or what have you. I love you all so much. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye!